Hello, Zero here, and welcome to another episode of my Lobotomy Corporation lore playthrough. So, for today, we are just going to continue what we were trying last episode, which was complete day 5. Then, we are going to try to finish until day 7. Maybe if in an hour I could finish up to at least start day 8. That might be great. So finish day 7, start day 8. If I am particularly fast, I could probably finish day 8. Okay, so change of plans. I am not going to go for insight work here. I might just go for attachment work and go full insight with Zion, with our Zion, which is once in 100 good deeds. And I will go full on. Let's just go on full on with people who haven't finished yet. So Velasquez is going to go with. Velasquez is going to go full here. So I'm going to change their ego suit fragments. And Christopher can go with that. I just give him Zion because he's going to be a frontliner. Then, yeah. I'll just go with that. Then I will just give Adam the old lady. Christopher is going to go for one sin. Adam's going to go for old lady. And Velasquez is going to go for fragment. Now before we continue, it's just something that I forgot to do, is to finally read this. Right, so we still have some additional flavor text for our ego weapons and ego suits. So for penitence, we have 5% chance to recover 10 SP on attack if the wielder has 2 plus justice. To know means to understand. We successfully extracted the archetype and materialized it, and the observer reshaped it into a weapon. This is why we highly regard the act of observation. The eye sockets of the hollow skull stare into sins, and the crown of thorns cast blame. Those who are willing to spill blood for the greater good will be readily given approval for its use. Though this weapon is not as strong as other ego weapons in our possession, it provides psychological comfort to the wielder. However, it is useless to those who do not know justice. Solitude. Strong sense of loneliness still lingers, even in the form of an ego. Its bullets create a void that cannot be filled on the victim's soul, rather than a wound upon their flesh and bones. It was a rusty weapon from the beginning. Fragments from somewhere. Max SP plus 40% for 30 seconds. 10% chance when the wielder's prudence is level 4 or below. Do not attempt to understand it, just use it. The spear often tries to lead the wielder into a long and endless realm of mind, but they must try not to be swayed by it. It took a different form every time it was produced, but we managed to stabilize the gestalt after a lot of effort and trouble. There is a rumor that this spear emits a bright light when it hears an echo from another world. For the ego suits, heal SP plus 10 with 5% chance upon receiving black or red damage. Conventional firearms are ineffective against abnormalities. Using them was as futile as cutting water with a knife. This was when we asked ourselves, if abnormalities are materialized from the unconsciousness, it may be possible to extract a piece of it back from them and turn it into a weapon. Results vary depending on the observer. The crown of thorns will sometimes protect the wielder's soul, The storms may momentarily hurt as they anchor your soul to reality. This suit will be no better than rags to those who have no sense of guilt. For solitude, to hide the soft side of your heart, arm yourself with loneliness. Give all you've got or nothing at all. This suit will protect the wearer's fragile mind. And fragments from somewhere. Same, do not attempt to understand it, just use it. Sometimes the wielder may see things we have long forgotten. However, the details of these cannot be specified as each employee seems to see something different. It took a different form every time it was produced, but we managed to stabilize the gestalt after a lot of effort and trouble. Anyway, let's just continue on with the plan. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I will be fast forwarding this, as this was pretty much the same as what we were doing last time. And that's it for today. Temperance is now 49, not bad. 60. I think it's 75 for Temperance 4 though. So. And that was a quick one. Hey. So we're going to pick one. What's really pitiful is people like you dying to the likes of me. This is a recording of the day we must never forget. The more blood it has, the more beautiful it is. What's really pitiful is people like you dying to the likes of me. As you are aware, there are numerous employees working for a company. Majority of them would like to know more about you as a person. Some will take the initiative and attempt to approach you first. It's rather funny. Knowing who you are will not do anything to improve their odds. There are no regulations to prevent them from coming all the way to your office to interact with you face to face, unfortunately. Seems the one who set those rules in place did not consider situations like this. And I suppose this may be a good opportunity for you to show them that you are generous and caring enough to have chit-chats with your subordinates. Words tend to travel faster than you think. I will not stop you from meeting with someone. There are employees who wish to visit you. But keep in mind that you do not have to do everything they ask of you. Simply thank them for their effort. Tell them you hope that they will keep up the good work. That will benefit both parties, don't you think? Are still following me? What we need is a gesture of goodwill, and nothing more. Do not go overboard and listen to whatever nonsense they have to say. Give them a vending machine and next day they will come knocking, demanding a bar. I expect you to make the right decision. So, fully expanded the control team. Now we can expand the information team. I am in charge of the information team and its department. I'll give you a proper greeting later. Are you planning to open up the information department before starting the day? Just confirm. We are now at day 6. Okay. I have two options here. I could take advantage of the control team service days. Just 5 right now. Or I can just move Chloe and Velasquez over here. I think it would be better to just take advantage of this and hire 3 people. Anyway, before that, let's look at the department first. Increase success rate for all agents once it's level 3, and increase temperance for the department's agents the longer they stay in the department. The information teams analyzes abnormalities, profiles them, and devises solutions to the issues abnormalities may cause based on the data. They are in charge of collecting, analyzing, and archiving information, observation data, and interview logs provided by the welfare team. The vast library of data is the basis for finding solutions to various problems encountered in the energy harvesting process. They often conduct experiments to determine the consistency and safety of the solution. All of the invaluable information could be gathered thanks to long-term observations and numerous sacrifices made by the team. Not armchair theorizing as some suspect. Is what they asked us to write here. Still don't have research projects, so... and let's just look at this. An abnormality whose brain is imbued with rage, screams, and malicious cries. There's a wound on his forehead that never seems to heal. He hates everyone and everything. He wears a straitjacket, but is as free as any man. No amount of chains and restraints is enough to prevent him from committing violence. Okay, so let's just take advantage of our many love points. Don't need temperance. They can take advantage of the justice. You got lots of ways to raise temperance. So, Lob 6, Ava, Green Air, Joshua. Looks weird. Paul, Frank, London. Okay, that's Galena. Sure. And finally, Julian, Anastasia, Eugene. Alright, let's go with Mackie. Then with Egoless, can get them to have that. And then once we get the ranged weapon, I will use that because the 1.5 is kinda iffy. Right, what's the plan? Plan is we're just going to have to research this guy. Then I think we just continue what we were doing earlier. So the Temperance 4 is kind of cute. Temperance 3, Temperance 3. Or I can just let these guys do it. Alright, London is going to do that. The rest is just going to farm. So it's going to be Quinn now. Quinn is going to deal with the old lady, and Christopher is going for one sin. Christopher, Quinn, London, and Galena. Hey. Let's look at our new guy. As mentioned, they've got a straitjacket. Right. And let's randomize what we're going to do with it. Sri. Let's see what Sri does. Attachment work. Let's get Galena over there. Attachment work. Let's let London do that. Christopher. And finally Quinn. At times, TO-154 murmurs while shaking. Galena smells an unbearable odor of despair. In the darkness, the O-154's brain slowly rotted. Forsaken even by death, the O-154 shall remain confined here until the end of time. Okay, Galena seems to be fine with working with that. But I'm working with attachment. But yeah, let's just finish the managerial guidelines, then we are going to try the other ones. And interact with this. 4. Let's try repression. I don't think they're damaged that much anyway, so let's let Galena heal first. Alright, repression work. And then one stands like a statue in the corner of the containment unit. Senses despair. Brain slowly rotten. Okay, so repression doesn't seem like to be a good choice for this abnormality. It was no longer rage, but a deeper and more twisted maniacal abhorrence that found him. Okay, that was not good. When the work result was bad, the Cliffbox counter lowered, so it looks like it lowered for us right there. See what next. 3 we already did. 3, 2. Let's go for insight work. London can still do that. Maybe it's gonna breach. Maybe it's not. Okay, it breached. Everyone, just stay calm. I'm going to attack it at both sides. And try to attack it at both sides. Galena might. Yeah, sure. Ooh. Just gonna kite them. So who has the higher defense? I guess the higher defense. Not sure why it's not why it's trying to attack Quinn. And let's see how much damage they dealt. That was Galena. That was kind of strong damage though. Let's let them heal. Adam can discontinue. Let's let them run. Alright. Still not fully healed, but Christopher can go back. Let's see what Adam is. Ooh, that's pretty strong. See how much damage Christopher's going to take. Okay. And they were able to suppress it. Repress it. The next would be Insight, right? Try Galena again. Old lady. Christopher. Ooh, we now have our deals. Let's cancel that. It's better to have our people just it's Christopher. He's going to take a bit of damage. Okay. I think it's best if we let the gunners do it. No, they're not fully healed though. Are they fully healed? Yeah, they're already healed. These guys, not quite, but getting there. Now these guys. Ooh, Galena needs to run. And someone with ranged. The Maki's taking a bit of damage though. Ooh, that's not good. Just run away. I think I can let this abnormality deal with this. Maybe? Is it fully healed? Are my people fully healed? Colleen is not fully healed though. Okay, it's not going to go there. They're going to. I think they're going to try to avoid that place. I think we're now fully healed. I'll just let them suppress this first. Before the ordeals. So insight doesn't work. Ow. That was a lot of damage. Can actually end the day right now. Well, we're here anyway. And we finished the perfect food. Now, Maki can return. Got way too much damage. Now, we're just going to let them run here, and we're just going to send someone who is still pretty strong. Like London and Galena. I think it has an AI for trying to know which it should attack. And that's that. Okay, it should be instinct rather than insight. An abnormality, brain is imbued with rage, screams, and malicious cries. Or read that. Always had to wear a straitjacket. Some say he was a death row inmate from a federal prison. Researchers were always cautious around him. They felt that the straitjacket couldn't contain him. The researchers wanted to study a murderer's brain to prove that innate evil existed. It was difficult to determine who was worse, a man who murders the innocent with no remorse, or the researchers who wanted to open up this brain to satiate their curiosity. And while we're still here, let's see who can work on that. Christopher is 21. Hopefully that would level him up. Already breached twice. Yeah, looks like it's an instinct. A wide range of medicine and chemicals were injected to him. Some were used for the sake of humanity's future, while others were for new medical techniques. They all had the potential of changing the world. Researchers were getting more and more excited, although they didn't openly express so. It was almost palpable. They said they found a cure, but they never said what was cured. The prisoner spoke less and less. His aggressiveness was suppressed. At the same time, he lost himself. After an extensive review, he was permitted to have the straitjacket removed. Yeah. Let's just wrap things up so that we don't need to wrap this up. Hopefully we can finish this before the meltdown occurs. It's Forsaken Murderer. So you saw there. In the darkness, Forsaken Murderer's brain is slowly rotted. And yeah, it's a Forsaken Murderer. It's good, it's got 14 E-boxes, which is higher than usual. Our other guys have 12 E-boxes. Ready to have the straitjacket removed. It feels like my head is turning into metal. Sometimes hear metallic creaks in my head. As the days passed by, he began inflicting self-harm. He would continuously hit his head on the wall or hard surfaces. He insisted on checking if his head really was turning into metal. One day, they eventually decided to leave him with the hope that he would stop once he was wounded. However, even with blood pouring down his face, he wouldn't stop until his wound was so deep the whites of his skull were peeking through. He had to wear the straitjacket again, but he was no longer feared or monitored like before. And we're going to get Regret, which is good against red damage. 55, and I think it's just one, because just one mistake they're going to breach. Just one more, and we can wrap this day up. And we should be able to see what Solitude is. So now we have an idea what we're going to do. This is going to be Insight. This is just both are going to be Attachment, and this is going to be our Instinct. Fortitude Farm, Prudence Farm, and both are Attachment Farm, Temperance Farm. So this is Solitude, as mentioned, and it drains white damage to the next person who's going to enter. Anyway, that done, we are going to get these guys. So it's weak against black. Good thing got 2 black spears, but as we've seen, it's not really that much of an issue if you send everyone to attack. A researcher died. It would have been difficult to identify him without his ID card, as his head was violently crushed. Lack security meant that the door was often left unlocked or unattended. The prisoner that everyone believed to be confined was moving around on his knees. My head, turning into metal, holes in my brain, being flattened. Kept repeating strange words, and the final procedure was quickly put in place. Treatment was halted and he was dissected so his brain could be used for research. How do I know? I sedated him myself. Kept muttering nonsense until the end. End begins, end begins, end. And that's our Forsaken Murderer. And that's the end of our day. No one got promoted, but Christopher raised his stats enough. Galena wasn't able to raise its stats enough. London also wasn't able to raise their stats enough. That's interesting. We got our first trumpet there because we combined the ordeal with breaching abnormality. Hey. Randomize this one. 2. F483. Everything will be peaceful while you are under the fairy scare. Unsurprisingly, not a single employee volunteered to retrieve the corpse of their cocooned colleague. This is a recording of the day we must never forget. And we got a 2, right? Yep, we got a 2. The energy output of our facility is ever increasing. You have proven that you are much more capable than you originally perceived yourself to be. The high echelon is watching you. Our founder, A, is among them. What do you know about A? A is a visionary. Farmer who sowed seeds on a virgin soil no one had approached before. In time, he may express interest in meeting you in person. When that happens, you will be able to make your dreams come true. Myself? Well, of course, I highly admire him. But to be fair, he is the one who created me. He is also an enigmatic person. I imagine there are few who can truly understand him. In fact, to truly understand anyone is difficult. Will the day come that I understand you completely? Manager, you're the head of this corporation. You're supposed to set an example for others, but that outfit would warrant at least 10 penalty points in our department. The manager should be no exception. However, the rules state that our Sephira has no authority to impose penalty points on the manager, so I must let you off for now. I am Yasod, the Sephira of the information team. Information team is in charge of processing and archiving all the data of our company. New information is generated every day, and we need to ensure that the information is accurate, so we must concentrate and focus on our job at all times. Maybe compared to my massive biblioteca. A single bit of misinformation could lead to an uncontrollable disaster. I'm sure you can understand the gravity of my work. Every slip of information that you read contains the despair and desperation of our employees. Please do not think lightly of that information. Seems that you're curious about my outfit. I have an aversion to exposing any part of my body. I don't exactly remember when I started feeling this way. But it's likely that I've been this way even before I joined the company. It's odd. Do you have any spare paper? Our department could use some. Netsa. The rules state that we're not supposed to trade resources between teams. Should be in the very first page of the Sephira manual. Alright. Stop giving me that sharp look, Mr. Viper. Well, I'm heading out. Not in the mood to get bitten today. What are you trying to say with that expression of yours? Is this entertaining to you? Does the nickname make you laugh? My apologies. I overreacted a bit. The other Sephiroth simply use my nickname as a joke, but others use it in a more serious manner. I know there are many employees who genuinely despise me. Nicknames may be a childish thing, but there's no better way to describe a person in such few words. Personally, like my nickname. What's your opinion, manager? I like the sound of it. Seems we're in agreement then. I should get going now. I need to finish today's work. Oh, and I must send you the next assignment. Next mission. You saw the Viper. The information team is always in need of more data on the abnormalities. At this point in our research, we need more testing with instinct work. Instinct work directly resolves an abnormality's primal instinct and drive. Bleed 4 instinct works. Greetings, manager. Would you like to expand the information department and prepare for management? Well, we don't have any choice. Everyone else is blocked. Alright, I'll just give... I'll just Christopher that, and let's hire a weak person. Give Pansy that. Still have enough ego suits around, so Pansy is enough. Right, we are going to do some cross department work. Adam is going to work on this guy. Adam's going to work on this guy. London, Galena, and Mackie are going to work with these guys. And I can just send Chloe to do this guy. What is this guy anyway? Okay, it's a spider. An abnormality that takes the form of a giant spider. Guarding its domain is the darkness. It's difficult to see the abnormality with bare eyes. Small spiderlings skitter around the floor. So again, the plan is Adam, Forsaken Murderer, Chloe, this guy, London, Galena, Mackie's just going to work with Temperance. And we need to complete 4 instinct work. I think we can do that. No problem. Alright. Galena, go there. London, go there. Mackie, go there. Who is going to work on that? Adam? Where's Adam? Adam. You go here for healing. Then Chloe. One. Instinct work. Alright. Just calm down, do what we always do. Chloe is level 2, so looks like this is level 2. TO243 desires a stockpile of food for the coming winter. Her children are always hungry. So that would be Galena, this would be Mackie, and this would be London. And this would be Adam. Just as Chloe realizes that the wires on the ceiling are longer than usual, one of them starts moving. Numerous eyes continuously track Chloe's every movement. So it's dealing red damage. I need to send someone with a red armor to it. Insight doesn't seem to be a good one. Yeah. Employees with Prudence level 1 squashed the spiderlings. TO243 turned those who harmed its children into cocoons. So you can't send someone with Prudence level 1. Thankfully, we got Prudence level 2 there. When cleaning the unit as part of Insight work, Diva was quickly turned into a cocoon by TO443. So we can't use insight work. Okay, so insight work is no, and also prudence work is kinda no too. Lena can do that. I'll just send someone. Alright, before that. Two, no, not two. One, we already tried one. Let's go for attachment work. Can't send someone prudence 1. I'll try Velasquez. Focus. And this is going to be Maki again. When Velasquez noticed that the floor shouldn't be black, a large shadow begins to move. So, yeah. Likely to hear, touch, smell, as well as see. And most importantly, taste. All from the ceiling, but everything will be fine, you just ignore them. Managed to leave the area without squishing any of the little ones. Reduced PE boxes. Additional cocoons mean a greater number of PE boxes. So it seems we can sacrifice people to it so that they can turn into a cocoon, then get a greater number of PE boxes. Our proud employee Peter entered the Normalities containment unit one day. Then he shone the flashlight on the floor. Small little spiders skittered away from the lights. So attachment work was kinda okay. Inside was See repression. Anyway, let's try repression next. It's 4, so I think it's better for us to heal up first. Then do repression with Velasquez. Right, heal up. Not sure if this is 4 or 5. If it's 5, I can just send Maki again to do some work with the old lady. Yeah, it's 5. Just send Maki again. Galena. I think we can start sending people over here. Never looks up the ceiling. Making eye contact with it ruins our day. Velasquez makes sure not to forget to gently give themselves a pat down before leaving, as to make sure that no spiderlings are still clung to any piece of their clothing. So, instinct seems to be good, but not good enough. Earlier, we still got a normal. Insight is bad because it's going to kill you automatically. And that's that. Next would be next thing would be a meltdown. So I'm just going to send Maki over again. Then I'm just going to send everyone again to the old lady. 25, 25. Yeah. Send one again to Maki. Then we are going to deal with ordeal, Amber Ordeal. Perfect food, perfect meal, an excellent substitute. See if someone is heavily damaged. Colleen is kinda damaged, but not that heavily. Can let Kalina go back. Chloe is a bit damaged, but not as bad as Kalina. And you can now send people over. We still needs a bit of healing. Same with Galina. Right. Mackie is also available now. Where's Chloe? Adam took a bit of damage. Eight incessantly to live, inevitable diminution, waste. Now let's heal up, then next thing we're going to do is just continue farming these guys. I'm going to finish the spider bud. Then after the spider bud, I think we have enough footage for this episode. I can send Quinn over? No, Quinn is going to take a bit of damage. I'll just send Velasquez over. So Velasquez and Adam are both going here. Galina is going here. Mackie is again going there, and London is going here. This would be Mackie, this would be London, Galina, Adam, and Velasquez. Containment is one giant spider web. As soon as an employee enters it, the spider's eyes are fixed on its prey. So much for high, though. Very low insight. Oh, you're gonna die when you try to go in. When Peter squashed one of the spiderlings by accident, a giant spider descended from the ceiling. Peter was dragged to the ceiling in only a moment. The cocooned employee hanging off the ceiling of the containment unit will be a healthy meal for the spider's offspring. Excerpt from an animal's encyclopedia. A fact often overlooked by many that the victims trapped in a spider's cocoon are actually not dead. The prey is in fact slowly dying within. Their death is postponed so that they can be kept fresh for later consumption. Spider's poison contains a toxin that permanently damages the heart, eventually leading to death. Insects trapped in the pitch-black cocoons have no choice but to wait for the spiderlings to feed on them, feeling their heartbeat slower and slower. Now we have that. Let's heal up first. 24, 30, that's good enough. And then yes, that's also good enough. Yeah, sure, we'll just get 1 and 1. But you saw the Viper is cleared anyway, so... Then... Adam... Galena. Doesn't seem like it's going to breach, so... And we've got it. Spider Bud. 14 E-boxes, also very good. We don't have any good results. It's always normal. I think the bad doesn't really work. Excerpt from the head of the welfare department's letter. We do appreciate your suggestion. However, our own research indicates that your concerns are unlikely to be true. Furthermore, it is proven that the presence of a cocoon in the containment unit increases energy output. For these reasons, we will not implement a rescue procedure for employees who are caught by spider bud, as it is against our interests. However, we will allocate more resources into researching the specimen in the future per your opinion. Please be advised that disrupting the atmosphere of our workplace space by spreading unconfirmed rumors is against the code of conduct. It may even be subject to penalties, including dismissal. Lobotomy always values the welfare and the voices of its employees. We're going to get red eyes. Just 20. It's kind of cheap. Unfortunately, the range is very short. Okay, I think I'll just do one more so we can get this and wrapped up for spider bud. Just one more Forsaken Murder and one more spider bud. Pascal's and Adam. Oh, and Velasquez already got the bonus. It says straight 3, work speed plus 3. It's unescaping. So for a TET abnormality, it doesn't escape, so if you accidentally do any insight work, you're gonna die. Or if you send someone with low prudence, they're gonna die. There's an eerie rumor spreading among employees. It's not out of the ordinary for a rumor or two to spread in the company like this, but it is interesting that the number of alleged witnesses seems to multiply. The rumor says the following. Whispers can be heard in the containment unit at night. It was the voice of Alex, who went missing a few days ago. They say the voice wept in terror, asking to be saved from the darkness. Oh well. Well, this one's good, though it's just only a 1. It's an all-arounder TET. We'll be able to get that later. But for now, let's just get the ego weapon. And I guess just wrap today up. Finished the mission. Adam is finally Fortitude 2. As for our people, they're now Temperance 2. I should now be farming Prudence with 1 sin. Temperance is okay. It can do better, but it can't complain. And we got 3 law points as reward. And we are at day 8. See what we're going to get here. 2. Oh, 192. It's a good day. Are you still shy today? 541. Blood covers the floor. Screams cycle. People are running away. No, the snow is steadily melting, perhaps because the spring is coming, or it might be the palace collapsing. And as mentioned, we're gonna get 2. Blood covers the whole floor. Screams echo. People are running away. Let me ask you a question. What would you do if one of your subordinates was harvesting energy from an abnormality to meet the quota? They'll face certain death doing so. This is a very basic question, so I'm certain that you know the right answer. Continue producing energy, I'll save the employee. Must continue producing the energy. That is not the perfect answer I was expecting. The truest answer would be harvest enough energy before such a situation could arise. Lobotomy Corporation is an industry giant, and its mission to produce energy is our top priority. You do seem to listen to my words. I expect you to manage your subordinates with that attitude. You've exceeded my expectations, despite your first impression. Allow me to explain your next. Yasad, I just heard that your team had a ton of casualties. How many times has it been now? Shouldn't you be at your team's side? It looks super depressing over there. Accidents happen. I want them to understand that it's not a big fuss. Dwelling only on it only encourages them to cry more, and it will eventually tire them out. But people have died. Maybe you should say something, like at least some half-hearted commemorative speech to cheer the employees up. I mean, we should lead our departments and all. Perhaps your aim is different from mine then. I see no point in being sentimental. Caring too much about the respective employees or the little complaints they make will steer you away from what's truly important. Well, I'm just saying. I guess there's no right answer, is there? We're both busy, so I'll see you later. What do you think, manager? Should I go further for the sake of the department's sake? The sake of the department's morale? Yes, you should. I'm honestly surprised to hear that from you. Do you think it's realistic for you to show up in every department every single time an accident occurs? You, the man who spends the whole day incessantly watching employees die through that shiny monitor of yours? I take it that you're only saying this because you're inexperienced and are still clinging onto the vague sense of goodwill manager. Such shallow sympathy does no good in the corporation, so I urge you to be rid of it. Okay, next mission, the path to take. By inside work, we can indirectly handle abnormalities. Through insight, we aim to find what they find favorable and unfavorable about their containment unit and adjust the conditions accordingly. Complete 5 insight works. Unfortunately, we don't have insight unless our new abnormality is insight based. I mean, we can spend 5 insight works on one sin. Greetings, manager. Would you like to expand the information department and prepare for management? Play damage UI, reduce fear damage for clerks. Display the HP UI. At this point, HP UI is much better. Geo visualization interface set. It visualizes the geometric, biometric information of abnormalities and agents will become available. Since it allows us to know whether we need to send people back to the regenerator main room rather than manually clicking everyone or hovering everyone. This is the best. Followed by this, we don't really need damage UI right now to know whether something is damaged or weak or how much damage is dealt. Reduce fear, it's a good one, but not necessary. Clerks are expendable. So let's go with geometric organ visualization. Do you plan to proceed with this research project, manager? Let's confirm. A white cleaning robot with distinct eyes that look like a pair of buttons. It always keeps its surroundings neat and tidy. Now with such a high unlock, normally we need 12. This seems to be at least A class. And yeah, I think that's enough for this episode. Next episode we're going to complete this, but right now we'll just wrap this up by reading the details of regrets. Bearing unlimited possibility to change humanity's future, confidential research began in the underground. The researchers laid down all sense of dignity, but they did not feel guilty as they had greater good to pursue. Even the merciful Carmen condoned the project. Enemies crushed by this regret can never return to their normal life. Before swinging this weapon, expressing one's condolences for the demise of the inmate couldn't even have a funeral would be nice. And regret? Same thing. The dignity of a straitjacketed death row inmate was something worth keeping intact, so no one felt guilty for him even as his brain rotted. Now the straitjacket is nothing but an accessory to the hatred and anger that remains. Employees who feel constricting pain while wearing this suit must undergo a thorough psychological examination. I'll just give that to someone. Let's see who needs fortitude. I can give that to Quinn, so he can farm Spider Bud. And Velasquez has 3, so I guess I can send Velasquez to do work on here. Velasquez became the highest level. Okay. Then let's get Adam to farm this guy. Alright, let's get Quinn some new. Sure, why not? And let's hire yet another Victor. Victor, let's give them sure solitude. We need a long-range weapon. We might not send Victor out because except he's got 37 anyway, so I think Victor can be sent out. Okay, I think that's that. Let's just take a quick look at our guy. What? So white cleaning robot. It's not the Reddit mascot, Reddit alien. Anyway, that's it for this episode. And see you in the next episode, where we are going to finish 5 inside works and see what this Reddit bot is supposed to be doing.